Hey, it's Lux, and I'm lucky enough today to be spending my lunch hour with some super talented individuals, members here from Sevendust and our very own St. Louis Cardinals, David Freese. And to be honest, I thought I'd bring you guys here, one, because I'm about to challenge Tony Patrico in a contest of eating. And I wanted to test out the tacos, and I knew anybody who knows something about competitiveness and people who know something about food are people who tour the country all the time because you try different foods. And I also had some questions about the connections between music and sports and how that's interchanged, so I thought we could all hang out and have some lunch and just have a good time.
This is nice. Thank you for having us. This is really cool.
Yeah,
very cool.
Absolutely.
So you guys are on tour like all the time, and I can say the same for you, honestly. Do you guys get to eat out often when you're on the road? Is that something like that you make a priority, or do you try and shop and...
Freeze eats a little better than we eat.
Some of the clubhouses don't have very good food, but no, we for us, obviously the clubbies they cook a lot for us. But you know, when we go to certain cities, we'll jet out and get some dinner, get some nice food.
I consider us foodies at times. Mm-hmm. We're on the road. You know, we have different, different times when we're into it, when we have the time, like you too, you know, I'm sure. But a lot of times we'll break trail and go out and find, you know, a good sushi bar or something funny, you know.
A few man versus food.
Yeah, we'll look that up, and we'll go and try to find something and try to go in half and half because we can never do it ourselves. You know? And it's always fun, you know. That's one thing about traveling is seeing different things and experiencing different foods.
So you guys are originally from Atlanta, Georgia, but obviously there's clearly a St. Louis connection. Clint lives here.
Yes.
Morgan, you come through all the time. You were just saying how this is only a couple hours, so you and the wife like to come up here to St. Louis.
And it's great.
So is this one of the cities that you would consider kind of like a second home? Are there other cities you consider to be that way?
This place, Orlando, Atlanta.
Anywhere where the band kind of lives,
Yeah.
you know.
That's like where
We kind of claim
Florida
home,
too. Yeah, John lives in Orlando. That's the second home. After doing this for so long, you find so many places that you feel like home because a lot of times we're really not at our homes at home.
That's the
we
truth.
see some of these people out on the road more than we see our families unless they come out and see us, you know. So I could be in St. Louis more than I'm in Kansas City in a full season. You know, if you know what I mean. I'll come through here 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure you'd say the exact same thing.
Right.
My second home is a hotel.
Right.
Exactly.
When I found out that you guys were doing a show tonight, the very first person I texted was David.
That's good. We love him.
Because he, like myself, am a Sevendust fan. Do you remember the first time that you got into Sevendust? The first time you heard a song, you were like, "This is awesome."
Dad was changing his diaper.
And he said, "Turn that down."
You guys aren't that old.
And my dad was listening to it.
Wait, it's like this is a good story. I think he's telling a good story.
But, no, I mean it was probably later '90s. You know, you hear a single come out, and it's nice when the first question you ask yourself is, who the hell is this? And that's when it started. And obviously been a fan ever since. And it's cool that a group like this can stay together. I know Clint left for a little bit, but obviously glad to have him back in the mix.
We consider you family, by the way, too.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I was
you
going to say,
guys-
there's an obvious connection here between you guys. I mean, you've used Sevendust as walk-up music before.
yeah.
You have a Clint Lowry PRS. Do you not?
He's got to teach me.
And I think I heard a rumor that you got to hear the music from Blackout the Sun before everybody else did. Is it true that you got the inside scoop?
Yeah, I try for it. I push for it. I hit up Clinton and these guys a lot, and we just love their music. There's so many people out here that enjoy what they do.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a blast, and them opening up the door for us, and letting us in whenever we're around it is great.
I was going to say, and if you get to hear them do the recording process, or was it the mixing process when he came up to visit you guys?
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was real cool.
That's a blast. To go in the studio sometimes and hear bands. That's the coolest part about it.
Well, yeah.
You get to be the fly on the coolest wall in metal.
It's neat.
But then
have a
in
good time.
return, I think I saw that Clint went to see one of your playoff games, so it's a big old circle, right?
Right on.
Absolutely, yeah.
Clint being in town, when these guys are not playing, and Clint living in St. Louis, he'll come to a game every now and then, and I think he dragged Harper to his first game, which
Cutest little kid ever.
Memories
That's
forever
awesome,
right there.
man.
Cutest little kid ever.
How cool is it to to not only have him as a family, we consider family, but to be able to go and do what he does for a living is incredible. And
We all want to be.
you touch, yeah, exactly.
See, that's what's
I mean, he's
that's
a
what's
hero.
crazy.
He's a hero.
If you
you're a
ask
hero.
him, what would you want to be if you weren't an athlete?
A rock star.
And what would you guys want to be if you were rock stars?
Baseball player. Right?
Absolutely.
I'd be retired.
Walk me on, coach.
It's amazing how music and professional sports mix.
And it's not, not only baseball, you guys have been involved in WWE, Monday Night Raw, and stuff like that, and football,
Oh, yeah, we love it,
and
man.
in soundtracks. So music pretty much just obviously courses through everything. I wonder if the success of Blackout the Sun had anything to do with you being there during the writing process. It was the first album to go #1 on the top 200 Billboard charts. You guys are aware of that, right? You guys
that's a
nailed
blessing.
that right out the gate. Sold huge numbers. It's been a very successful album for you guys. And you guys have been touring behind it forever. So I wonder if any of that, are you just going to claim that it's all you?
Show me the money.
World Series, damn World Series champ.
That's all you need. He hits a home run and then
That's
helps
it.
the album. So you guys ready to get off the road and
Take
relax
a
a
break.
little bit?
Oh my goodness, it's time to go home and be daddies and
Yes.
be husbands and do the family thing and focus and unplug for a minute. And
I was going to say, I hear there's a rumor of Unplugged,
Oh,
not only a
speaking of
tour, but
Unplugged.
also an album. You guys are getting in the studio again.
Yeah.
You're going to have to.
we're going back to
January,
Butler,
probably,
Jersey.
yeah.
What's up? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Where's my
We'll
invite?
be back at the murder bar again. Let's go, man.
yeah.
That's it.
So you're thinking
Yes.
you guys will get into the studio around January, February?
Before then, we'll go and do Shiprock, which is something that's
So
an
jealous. It's sold
incredible
out, too. It's totally
journey.
sold
It is
out.
sold out?
It is.
Wow.
Still, hey, we
that's
still
cool.
got the hookup.
It's cool.
Oh,
We
do
still
you?
get- I don't know where the rooms
I
are
need-
at. They might be
Right.
like down at the
They always
bottom.
hold a bank of rooms. Yeah, they could be
so-
under the boat, like
closet room.
scuba gear. You're
So in
like,
order for
wait
the
a
two of
minute.
us to get on this cruise,
Here's
we're
the
going to have to be
cage.
in lifeboats, like on the deck,
We're gonna be
sleeping.
It is a blast, and this is
It's
our
a lot
fourth
of fun.
time doing it.
Yeah.
And it's I didn't think I would like to be on the ship, but it's incredible. You think about waking up at 10 or 11, 12 o'clock at night and going to see your favorite band in one of the spots on the ship.
Yeah, it's
It
cool. It
never
never
stops.
stops. There's constant music going on somewhere.
Crazy,
That has to
man.
be
I
the
mean,
best cruise. That's how cruises should
24
be.
hours.
cool. 24
Casino.
hours wide open.
I mean, just you. And you would think everyone's all on you and everything, but they're not.
It's
But
not
they
like once
see
people,
you.
once people
At the
realize
pool.
that you're going to be there for the next 5 days, everyone just kind of relaxes and just has a good time. You know
I
what
wondered
I mean?
about that, the personal space issue.
It's great. It's
Well,
a,
I mean-
For a musician, your
Yeah,
concerts are like
but
your danger
most
zone
people
for the
get
most
it,
part.
You know? Most people get it once they realize that, oh, wait a minute, I've seen him at the buffet line 9 times in the past 3 hours.
and then they also do things where you sit.
Stars are
with
just like
different
us.
families.
Exactly.
He also
Yeah,
eats mashed
exactly.
And it's the ship
potatoes.
thing. You sit with families. You don't know
Yeah,
who you're going
yeah.
to sit with at dinner sometimes, and it's kind of really. all
Oh,
of a
that's
sudden
so
you can
fun.
be
They do
like-
the seating where
Oh,
they
yeah.
assign you a
It's
table.
a great
Yeah.
thing because you all of a
Yeah.
sudden you with this family or this guy that's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're sitting there right now, and this is my wife. And,
Right.
so it's cool. It's a good time.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, and then we go to Australia after that for Soundwave, which
That
is
sounds
incredible.
terrible. This is really
Right.
tough.
It's
Right.
We're on a cruise,
well,
We go from a cruise to Australia.
and then we're going to Australia.
napkin place.
Oh, wait a minute. I think Hawaii is in the mix, too.
We're dropping a bar in a hotel in Australia.
Well, I'm so excited to see you guys tonight over at the pageant. It's going to be such a good time.
It'll be the
It'll be cool.
worst after this.
Oh, man.
Cut some songs.
This is affecting the show for sure.
This has been delicious. Thank you so much.
It's Lux at Diabolito's hanging out with
I'm gonna
Sevendust.
throw up.
David Freese from the St. Louis Cardinals. This interview has totally gotten away from me. It's time for lunch.